So you had asked about the shading process and how to steady the hand, so to kind of show a little bit better. So I've already outlined this in ink, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to follow on the inside of the line with my pen. And what I'll do is I'll start out here first, get a feel for where the line is, and slowly creep my way in towards the line until I see that I'm getting a nice even line. So another thing that I should point out is that I'm using tracing paper that is similar to this. Like here it's nice and opaque, but as soon as I set it down, you can see how much is visible through the paper itself. So it's a very cheap roll of tracing paper. Comes in a big fat roll. It's really great for quick sketches and whatnot. And again, I'm using this Micron pen, which probably isn't the best for filling stuff in, like big swaths of blank area that need to be filled with ink. But for this, it's small enough that it's easier to do. If I was doing something bigger, like in some of the earlier posts that I had, I would definitely be using a brush, either this guy right here, or, for example, this guy. And I think I have one more brush around here somewhere. Yeah, I don't have it on hand at the moment, but you know, this, like, as you can see, it would give me a much wider swath of ink. But because this is so small, for me it'd be inefficient to use brush and ink to do this, because it'd be too fast and then I'd have way more ink left over that I'd have to pour back into the bottle. I'm just too lazy to do that. This is easy enough. So again, filling in the open swaths, and as I get to the edge, I just creep up to the line. And I'm working in short strokes so I can control the stroke. It makes it easier. And here through the big swath, I can just move a little faster. There we go. Yeah. Get out towards the edge, hit that corner. Just like that. Just like that, I have that top bar done. Now here I can start at the corners and just kind of work in at an angle. So I'm pulling away from the corner. I'm not working this way into the corner. I start at the corner and I pull in, kind of get that taken care of, which actually is contradictory to what I was telling you about creeping your way from the inside out towards the edge to get to the line. From the corner, if you have enough I guess hand-eye coordination, or you're confident enough to do it, you can touch the pen and just work out, so we have something to go to. Just like that. Working from the outside, going into the edge. And I can speed up in the middle. There we go. Another bar done. And then to the big swath. Again, corners. Pull in. Now this corner thing, you don't have to do. You don't have to do it that way. That's just something I do every now and again. I don't even do it all the time. I just do it every now and again. Sometimes it also gives you good measuring points to work to. Like, now I can fill this block in and not feel overwhelmed by how much more there is to do. I'm just working with a little block at a time, a little piece. There. Breaking up into manageable bite-sized chunks. Not getting too overwhelming with the pen stroke. And trying to fill, you know, big swaths like this in. This can get real messy and get real loose. If you keep it short and tight, it's a little easier to deal with. You have to fill this stuff in if you're doing it by pen like the Micron here. Micron 8. It's a good chance after finishing this piece that my pen will start to run dry in the next use or 2 uses of just dinking around and making these little doodles. And that's kind of, I don't know, kind of what to expect with a pen of this size that comes with ink that you can't refill. Like it'll get you a decent ways, but I can't. If you're doing this type of work with them, you will burn through them pretty fast. That's why when I do the large letters, again, I go to brush and ink and do that, because this is the bottle of ink I have of India ink. As you can see, it's a nice big bottle, and it's easier to do bigger projects with it. Now, if I had a lot of these little guys to fill in, then it would be worth it to use the brush and ink method. But, you know, this little guy, like, it's about as big as my hand, and that pen worked just great. So that's how I would do it.